Well, good morning. This week's project is going to be this air compressor rack. I got it supported here with some 2x. But this is a better picture here of what it's going to be like when it's on my wall in my new garage. I used just scrap plywood that I had. So about the only thing it cost me was a couple cans of spray paint. So let's get started with this before it falls over. Well, I started out with this piece of scrap plywood, marking out some of the sides and the pieces. So what I'm going to do is cut that out and we'll see where we are. Well, first up, I'm going to square off that edge. So next up, I'm going to rough cut this part out so I have these 3 pieces. And I'm giving myself enough room here. I didn't want to cut close to the line so I can remeasure for the kerf of the blade. So let's cut this down to a little bit more manageable piece. Well, I'm just going to give the boards just a light sanding. Now all the parts are cut now, and it's fallen down. I'm going to start with the bottom shelf first. Put some little glue on it. We're going to put in the top shelf. Now, use a couple screws for that. Well, I'm going to put the divides now in for the air guns. And trying to use up the wood I had. I had these 3-inch, 3/4-inch ply slats, and I cut them down to size, and I'm going to use those. And I have the unit now on its front, laying down, and to get them spaced out, all I did was made a spacer, and spaced them out. Drew the line for the thickness of the ply, and then drilled a hole so I'd know where to screw in from the underside. And rather, I don't have big enough sheet for 3/4, so I'll just going to use 3 of these each divide, and that'll be plenty. It doesn't need to go all the way in the back. Well, I got the first row on, and we'll just keep working our way up. So I have all 3 pieces of ply on there. For the air hose holder, just use a gallon paint, gray, and we'll make a couple half circles. For the end piece, I'll use this 5-gallon bucket. Well, this will be the top shelf where the compressor will sit. And I'm going to glue a couple pieces of plywood on it so the compressor, when it's on, doesn't walk off of this thing, vibrate off. Well, the final assembly, putting the top on. And we'll put that on with some glue. And we'll tack it down with a couple screws. Oh, I decided to put a couple coats of this spar urethane on my project. It'll make it spar easier to clean up. I'll probably make a commercial out of this. See it on the next Super Bowl game. This should be easy, make it easier to wipe off any of the sawdust that'll get on it, I'm sure. Well, there you have it, my rendition of this air compressor rack storage unit that I came across in Family Handyman. So probably you'll see it when I tack it up on my garage. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next project. All right, time to put on the back. And we'll screw and glue.